Let's do this.
So it's official. We're getting a Mario movie. A modern 3D CGI animated Mario movie. Yeah! Animated by Illumination. I'm a little conflicted right now. Alright, so where to begin? On January 31st, Nintendo announced that they were partnering with Illumination to produce a full-length Super Mario Bros. Movie. Huzzah, some people might say, but from what I've been reading and watching and other videos that are discussing the topic, not so much. Apparently a lot of people are really nervous or just straight up angry about the idea of Illumination Entertainment making a Super Mario Bros. Movie, and it's quite understandable. I'm usually quite an optimistic guy. I like to give creative types credit where credit is due. I love Mario, so even if this movie does end up being kind of bad, I'm still gonna go see it. But why are people being so hesitant on the prospect of a Mario Bros. Movie being made, especially when it's being made by Illumination? For those of you who don't know, my name is Paul Neon Davidson, and I'm gonna be mapping out just why people are so worried about this, hopefully paint this in a more positive light, and, well, just give some ideas on what I think the Mario Bros. Movie could do to be a good movie. So, in other words, I'm going to be giving you the good, the bad, and the dirty. I can't believe I just said that. Let's just get started already. Let's talk about the studio making the movie and why them, of all people, are the ones making it. Some people out there are probably aware of the deal between Universal Studios and Nintendo. You know, the one to make a Nintendo theme park on lots of Universal Studios parks across the world. In summer 2017, Nintendo came out and announced Super Nintendo World. While scoping things out at one of the parks and talking to Universal executives, Miyamoto-san was introduced to Chris Meledandri, the CEO and founder of Illumination Entertainment. They got to talking, they realized they loved each other very much, got married, and now they're expecting a Mario baby in 9 months. Because Miyamoto is co-producing it. Also, I think it's going to take more than 9 months to make this. And that is why Illumination ended up getting the rights to Mario. But what about Illumination themselves? What are they known for? Some of their best known movies include the Despicable Me trilogy, the Minions movie, and that's it really. Yeah, sure, they made Secret Life of Pets, Sing and Hop apparently, but nobody really seems to care about those movies, and for a good reason. I mean, personally, I really liked the first 2 Despicable Me movies, and I thought Secret Life of Pets was cute enough, but the rest were just like,
Just saying, how bad can I be? I'm just doing what comes naturally.
She's got everything I desire. He's really good.
I can see his lips move.
how bad can you be? You can be god awful. So yeah, Illumination Entertainment is not regarded as being the best animation studio out there. Heck, the best you can really ever say about them is that they're just okay. A lot of their movies are considered to be on a range of waste of time to pretty good. For comparison's sake, the Mario movie could end up a lot like the Mario plus Rabbids game. A team that doesn't really have the best track record works on something relating to Mario, and a lot of people will either hate the idea or think it'll be a waste of time. In the Mario plus Rabbids case though, people ended up really liking the game and it turned out to be pretty great. But don't fret, for not everything is doom and gloom with this. Like I said, Illumination is capable of making decent movies, and there can be some benefits to having them develop it. I'll get into the pros of this later though. I don't want to make this whole video about Illumination, and we got a few more points to go over. And so with that, the next point that everybody fears... it's time. Let's bring up that 1993 Mario Brothers movie, yo.
It's so bad.
Thank you, Lucas. So how do you make a good Mario movie? For one, we already know that the 1993 Super Mario Bros. Movie was rock bottom in terms of quality. As bad as Illumination has gotten, I highly doubt they'll ever be able to lower the bar any farther. So at the very least, they'll know how to not make a Mario movie, but how do you go about making a good one? Like the process of making any movie whatsoever, it's a lot harder than you think. For one thing, Mario himself is not that interesting of a character. In the whole Mario universe, he's probably the most lackluster character out there. Even Super Mario Bros. 2 and Super Mario 3D World say he's average and not worth playing as. I always chose Luigi for that, because Luigi is best bro, alright? If you're gonna make him the main character, you're gonna have to change him up and make him more interesting. Also, you're gonna have to make sure that his voice doesn't start grating on your ears after a 90+ minute long movie. Charles, I love you, but gosh dang, dude, I can only take so much of your voice in one day. Yes, there are times when Mr. Martinet will voice Mario and have him say complete sentences for minutes on end, but at that point it's almost an anomaly to hear him speak like a regular person. And Mr. Martinet, if you are the one voicing Mario and Luigi in this, please do not do a Bob Hoskins impersonation or a John Leguizamo one. Okay, come on, please. Actually, now that I think about it, somebody contact Charles Martinet and ask him to do an impersonation of those two. Do it now. On top of that, how about the story of the movie? What other characters are going to be in it? Mario's story is to rescue Peach from Bowser. What else are you going to be able to do with that? I mean, I guess I could bring up the 1986 animated film Super Mario Bros. Peachy Hime Kyushutsu Dai. Yeah, that one. Which is about as good as a Mario movie can get, but in this day and age, you're going to need a lot more than just updating an 80s anime movie. And like I said before, Illumination is not the worst studio ever. And Nintendo is helping to fund and make the movie, so at the very least we'll be having Miyamoto and Nintendo helping out. It's more than what could be said for the 1993 movie. An advantage that this movie has over the 1993 one is the fact that the Mario franchise is more established now. Many more Mario games have been released since then, and there have been many different representations of the Mario world that have been explored in recent times. While Mario and company aren't really that big on personality, they have gotten some characterization within the last few years, thanks to games like Paper Mario, Luigi's Mansion, and so on. There's more possibilities to explore now. If there's one piece of advice I can give to Illumination and Nintendo about making a good Mario movie, in the vein of the games of course, basically don't do what the 1993 movie did. Yeah, I know that's really vague advice and clearly obvious, but still, I mean, yeah, you could make some self-referential jokes about it and stuff like that, but that's about it. You know, just make jokes about it. Assuming that Mario and Luigi are going to be the main characters for the movie, perhaps consider adding a little bit of a subtle story arc for both of them. Luigi is supposed to be a coward. Give him a story arc where he becomes a lot braver or he overcomes a fear in the end. If there's any type of personality I could possibly give to Mario, I'd say give him something kind of along the lines of him being kind of reckless and perhaps not really that considerate of others. I say this because from what I could tell, he really loves rushing into adventures without really thinking, and he's always overshadowing Luigi and the other characters despite not being that unique himself. I mean, yes, that's a really weird way to characterize him, seeing as how, you know, he's usually so cheerful and so happy-go-lucky in the games, but at the same time, trying to make a movie out of the Super Mario franchise is kind of weird in itself, so I don't know, it seems like it would even out. Try to reinvent the characters while at the same time holding on to what made them special in the first place. As if it really needs to be said, making a Mario movie will be hard, but it won't be impossible. And that, my friends, is where we get into the good stuff. Illumination doesn't have the best looking of movies. Yeah, I know, we're off to a really great start here. They're decent looking and they work for what they are, but they're a little too simple looking, especially when compared to other big budget movies. That and some of the character designs are a little odd in certain cases. But that really shouldn't be a problem, seeing as how the Mario games, with the exception of Super Mario Odyssey, go by it now, are simple looking games. Also, the designs of the characters have already been established, so all Illumination really has to do is just make new models for the characters and, you know, make them big budget quality. And since Nintendo is helping to make the movie to some extent, I could see them helping out with the visuals to help make them look more imaginative and awesome. So in the visual department, I see the movie looking just fine. How big is the budget of the movie going to be? Illumination movies are bizarrely underfunded. They have some of the lowest budgets in today's animation industry. A lot of people don't seem to like that for some reason. People see it as cheap, greedy, and conservative, and yeah, it is quite questionable as to how and why they do this. But at the same time, honestly, I kind of find it impressive that they're able to make these kind of movies in such a low budget. Then again, that's probably just me not seeing any issues where there probably are some. And again, Nintendo has stated that they are helping to fund the Mario movie, so most likely the budget for it will be a lot higher than most of Illumination's other ventures. And remember, they are getting those newfangled theme parks in a couple of years, which would pretty much be free advertising for the most part. Along with that, Illumination's movies do tend to attract the most generalized movie audience ever, which means that the movie should, for the most part, make a pretty decent penny at the box office. I seriously think they're going to have to mess up pretty bad in order not to make a good profit. So for that point, I think they will make a good profit if things pan out. Unlike the 1993 movie. Okay, is it me or am I the only one that's seeing a pattern here? On another point, Miyamoto is co-producing the movie, so I doubt he'll let Illumination get too wild with their antics. But at the same time, I think Illumination will be fun enough to the point where I think it'll make Nintendo happy. While I said Illumination stuff usually tends to appeal to mostly general audiences, I'm positive Nintendo will be able to put in enough material to get the attention of the gaming community. So if things go well, don't expect Peach to be singing Katy Perry songs, don't expect Toad to be voiced by Louis C.K., and don't expect the Minions to have any cameos in the movie. I gave you a chance with the rabbits, Mario. But if I see you dancing around with a bunch of minions, I'm disowning you. And of course, like I said, it won't be as bad as the 1993 movie, which means that at least it'll be higher than a 4 out of 10 according to IMDb, or a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's good, right? The margin of error is so low they can't possibly mess this up, right? Right? I'm tired, let's end this. It's way too early to speculate on any details from the movie, aside from it's being made, and supposedly they've actually progressed very far on the production, at least according to Miyamoto. I'm not going into any theories on what characters will be in it, or what exactly they're going to do for the story, or whether or not Nick Fury is going to show up to ask Mario to join the Smash Brothers initiative. I don't know. That's about all I can really talk about. There's really nothing much else to say about something like this. All I can really say is, though, I'm glad Nintendo is finally taking chances with the whole branching out into different mediums territory. I appreciate that. And I do want to go see this movie opening day, whether it's good or not. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be a good movie? Are you going to go see it? Let me know in the comments down below. And with that, guys, I finished yet another video. Huzzah! Thank you all for watching it. And if you guys liked what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe. You don't got to, but heck, you know, I'm just suggesting it, so there you go.